He's going to O'Hare and I'm going to Midway. 2 flights going to Chicago, 30 minutes apart. I'm on one that's now going to take off without me, and he's on another. So guess where my bag's going? One way, and his is going another. So now I'm lost. Now I'm like, what the
Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows. We've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. I was so annoyed in Minnesota this week. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the big show. Hope everybody had a great holiday.
Yes.
Great hotel in Minnesota. 4 Seasons. Use the 4 Seasons app. Even Kevin talked about it, how wonderful the app is. Don't have to talk to anyone, just text on the app. But didn't get my girl on Fox in Minnie. And I just felt so
I love you.
lost. And then I tried to go to the app and I couldn't get you on the app. And like,
Aww.
I know. And
Okay,
then I had to
I have a confession to make. Are you ready?
yeah.
This is what losers we are. Me. I'll just
You
say
were
me.
at a 4 Seasons in Chicago. Did you use the app?
No, I didn't. I'm not using the app. I mean, you're lucky. I'm even using this app to be on Riverside.
Oh.
I'm not an app girl. Okay, I like appetizers. I can't do the app. The phone's
I love an
overflowing
appetizer.
with apps. Like I just want to go and no. I didn't hear from you on our game.
Did you think I was mad at you?
Yeah. Because I didn't hear from you.
No.
I didn't hear from you during our Thursday game, and we always usually talk.
I know.
For
was
a game
it
or at least a
Christmas?
text.
It was day after Christmas?
Day after Christmas, which by the way, like it was more of like, okay, well, holidays are busy. And then I didn't hear from you in the show yesterday. And then I was like, and then I text you before your game being like, I can't wait to watch you. I'm so excited for this game. And then you didn't respond back.
And I
was
normally
like,
call you.
and I was like, all right, well, this is where we're at.
We're breaking up again.
We're breaking up again.
We're breaking up. You almost broke up. Like so much breaking up. Over
We
the
have a
holidays.
lot. Or now, are we breaking out? We don't know.
No.
A few things we're going to run through on the big show again, as Erin mentioned. Hope you guys had a great holiday, and this will air after the New Year. So happy New Year to all of our Calm Down crew. We will go over the fact that Steve and I almost broke up. Not really. It was a dramatic situation, but I would love I'd love the Calm Down community's feedback on said thing.
I'll give you your my feedback when you finally. I'm like, leave me a voice note. Stop texting me. Leave me a voice note.
I was right
get a
next to him. I
text.
couldn't.
She's like, we're breaking up. I'm breaking up with him as we speak. It's Christmas Eve. I'm like, what? This is not what I want to hear. And then, of course, over on our end, norovirus and like food poisoning.
Stop
like,
with the
we get
norovirus.
really dramatic on our end. Jared's like, well, I mean, I'm inviting him to a boys trip and I'm still going to invite him. Like I already got him like a neck thing, like in the map, and like he's coming. And I was like, no, they're not breaking up. And if they do break up, we got to get them back together. Because like, what the fuck? And so
I love that all of that turned into, okay, so we'll explain that. Mack went sledding and went skiing for the first time, and this guy was very busy during the holidays.
Busy.
And also, we got to talk about all things NFL as we enter into week 18. The playoff picture is almost set. I'm so freaking excited. All right,
I can't believe we just finished week 17. That is
it just
so
went by
bananas.
fast. It just went by I think it's went by really fast.
Yeah.
You don't?
Yeah.
You have that face makes me think that you don't think it's went by fast.
I do and I don't. It's like there are some things that have been like a lot, but then there's some things that it's just been like, holy shit, how are we in week 17? Like I laid down this morning when I got finally in bed and I said to Jared, that was just week 17. And he goes, holy crap.
Right.
And then another thing Ryan didn't add to the rundown, but I definitely want to talk about it. I was on a flight to Washington for my Baltimore game before Christmas. And I got sucked into my seatmate's movie who I didn't know. And we had a whole exchange about it and both started crying.
Yep.
And it was a whole situation. So I want to talk about that too.
All right, let's do it. Let's jump right in. So Christmas, you had time off finally. So you were with the whole family.
Thank you, Netflix.
Amazing. I was in Chicago with Steve and the crew. Steve, we went a couple days earlier, and then of course the Thursday night crew because we had a game on the 26th.
Yep.
So Steve and I are like, all right, we're going to spend Christmas in Chicago, but let's go a couple days early because Chicago, Christmas time, great. So work has booked my trip, and Steve is using the miles, whatever, of my account. So he's, I don't know, I can't remember if he must have booked it, whatever it was. But we both, so we have a connection through Minneapolis. Okay, everything's going great. You know, because we started the day off in the Delta One Lounge.
Ooh.
We've had our mimosas, we've had our eggs Benedict, the smoked salmon, the bagel and lox. I mean, things are going great. And I said to him, I don't have to work tomorrow. I don't even have to work the next day. So Mama is going to have herself a time. I'm going to enjoy all the cocktails.
Yeah.
And for once, I'm not going to be worried about the travel. You've got it, right? Like you take over. Just tell me when we need to board and let's do it. He goes, I got you. So the first leg of the trip goes great. Now we're in
LA
Minneapolis.
to Minnesota.
Correct.
Okay.
So now Delta
You're
Hub.
going to Chicago. Why are you connecting?
I'm a Delta loyalist. So I'm going to go on the Delta flight that connects through Minneapolis because the only directs were United or American.
Okay.
Loyalist.
Sure.
So I said to Steve, I don't even care if I have a connection. It's Delta. Delta Minneapolis. We get picked up in the car. We get the whole royal treatment. We are now in the second lounge. Well, I'm going right back into those
The
cocktails.
new mini lounge?
You know the one. And there's like a bunch of
In
the
G?
new one. Yes, actually, I normally I would not know that, but it was so close to the gate. It was so funny. The guy picked us up and he goes, "Where's your gate?" And we look down and he goes, "Actually, it's right here." Like he picked us up to go like not even. It was so funny. But anyways, so nice. Great service. Delta. Love you. Delta Gamma. So back in the lounge, cocktail. And I look at him and I said, "Hey, like I have no idea when we're supposed to be boarding. Like, are you paying attention to what's going on here?" He goes, "Yeah, I got it." Like in the whole like, "Oh, I got it," dismissive way. Great. I'm going to sit back, enjoy this. All of a sudden, I get a text on my phone from the Delta representative that's like, "Miss Thompson, your flight is boarding. We don't see you on board." Again, great service. So I hold it up to Steve. I go, "Why is the flight boarding?" And he looks at it. And he said, "Well, Margot, according to my app, we don't board for another 45 minutes. Point of the story is he's going to O'Hare and I'm going to Midway. 2 flights going to Chicago, 30 minutes apart. I'm on one that's now going to take off without me, and he's on another. So guess where my bag's going? One way, and his is going another. So now I'm lost. Now I'm like, what the fuck? I wanted one flight where I didn't have to pay attention because normally, obviously, I'm flying by myself and I don't know, being lucid. So I'm like, I wanted one time where I could just kick my heels up and relax. And so I'm like, I am motherfucking. And I don't normally do that. I didn't actually swear. Maybe I did once, but I was like, are you kidding me? So I'm not going to make it on mine. So now I got to get rebooked on his. Well, now I'm going to land in Chicago and I don't have any luggage. I don't have a dress for dinner tonight. So needless to say, the 30 minutes between when we were the boarding time, I said, leave me alone. I want to be left alone. I went to a restaurant by myself. I
Macaroni
sat in a
Grill?
No, it was like a Minnesota-centric restaurant. There was a Kirby Puckett jersey hanging. Shout out Minnesota Twins. And it was so bad. I had been crying because I was now dramatic after 5 cocktails.
And lit. Yeah.
Right. After 5 cocktails. And the waitress goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'll be fine, thanks." Like so dramatic at this point. So now we get on the plane. I'm not looking at him. I'm not talking to him. I'm just texting Erin. I'm breaking up with Steve. We are breaking up. It's over.
I'm like,
I'm
did
done.
he cheat on you? What happened?
This is what she wrote. She literally wrote, "Did he cheat?" I go, "No, that I would understand."
Would never.
Because that, and by the way, first of all, the way I'm acting, I would understand if he cheated. No, I swear to God, if he ever cheats, that's it. That's the end of us. That really is the end of us. But I was so upset. And so I couldn't voice note. She's like, voice note me. What is happening? Because he's sitting right next to me. So I don't know, however many hours it was later, by the time I land in Chicago by myself, because I have now gotten in a cab by myself, because I'm like, you have to go to O'Hare and get our bags. So I check into the hotel, and the hotel is so nice. Okay, we know.
It's so nice. Great app too.
They gave me like a massive room, and all I could think of is, good. When he walks in here, he'll see this incredible room, and he should be so fucking lucky to be with me, and that, and that, and that. So then what do I get? I've now taken a shower. I'm in the room. I'm in my robe, all cozy, because I'm not going to worry about this luggage. This is a him problem. In true Steve fashion, I get, and I'll show the picture on here, I get a picture of him in baggage claim with this sweet old woman going like this. Thumbs up because they got the bag. He's not affected by this. He's having a great time. And I'm like, yeah. So anyways, the next day, I think is when I called you. I was like, I called you that night, whatever it was. We didn't break up. I was being a little dramatic, but also I'm curious, wouldn't you guys be pissed off if you let your significant other handle the travel plans and then the travel plans got all mixed up and now we got luggage one way and one person's going this way? I probably could have handled it better, but in the moment I was really upset.
I think you really did yourself in the Kirby Puckett restaurant.
I did, because as I was crying and the waitress was like, "Are you okay? Would you like another?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." And another.
Well,
so that was everything was
happy.
fine. The next morning we woke up and I was like, "Can you please just be responsible next time and look?" And he was like, "Yes, I got it. No problem." I'm like, "Okay." And it was fine. But how was your Christmas? Adorable.
Well, thank God Christmas was saved after I woke up Christmas morning and you guys were not broken up, because I was very concerned about our future. Christmas was good. Christmas was, as I've learned from everybody that does this with kids, and how do people do this with kids? I mean, I'm coming in hot from a game. I've got my family there. I've got my kid there. We which we should, our nannies have a break. And I was like, oh my God, where are these people? It was a lot. And my son was hysterical and fun. And he loved every second of all these winter sports. And he was so freaking cute.
So cute.
And putting snow gear on a child of that age, and I guess really of any age, is really a lot. But by the time they get out there,
part?
Oh my God, he doesn't know to put his thumb in the glove and then and holding him for the boot and the head shit, but you don't want to be the asshole where the kid is cold. But man, he was a trooper. He was awesome. We had a great time. I was so tired when I showed up in Minnesota this weekend, but it was great. And now before the podcast, I was just kind of unwrapping everything and going through Christmas again, being like, oh my God, we got this. And oh my God, we got that. But we had a very Sesame Street Christmas, which was super cute. And now he's got all the little friends. And I want to so badly make a little appearance on Sesame Street so badly for my kid.
Make your plea right now. Make your plea. Let's go. Sesame Street, listen.
It's funny when you talk to Mack Stoll, you're like, hey, what does Cookie Monster say? And he goes, nom, 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 nom.
Oh, I miss him. I haven't seen him in a while. I feel like he's like a teenager. You sent that text on our text chain of him going down the hill with Jarrett on skis. Steve and I were then back together, and I looked at Steve and I go, oh my God, is he allowed to be on skis? I was the mother. I was like, I don't think that's allowed. He's so young, but like he crushed. And loved it. His little smile at the end. Yay. Clapping.
Yay. So cute. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Good.
But it's a lot. Holy cow. And it's, what was so nice today? Coming home and not having to be like, I got to go get this gift and I got to go get that gift and I got to wrap this shit. So that was really nice today.
So I wonder, because I think about this too. And every year, Steve does have a funny thing. So this year he goes, we're making a list of every person you got a present for, and we're going to check off and see if
haven't even unwrapped all your gifts because you got me 75 gifts.
You
want to know what I have on right now?
What?
2 things. Look at these gorgeous earrings. I feel like the woman from Home Alone, Catherine O'Hara, O'Hara, whatever her name is. She's great. And I can give you love the earrings. You love the earrings. These are so great. Still have the tag in them. Yeah, oh my God, Jarrett loves them so much. He never wanted to take them off. Thank you so much.
You are so, aren't they? First of all, I think as I've gotten older, I've turned into a toddler. I don't want any shoes with ties on it. Like I'm up at the ranch. I want rain boots, tuck them right in, no ties. I want slippers. I want Vans. I'm not interested to tying, and now it's untied, and now it's like the tie's too tight, and it's like, I love a slip in and slip out situation. But yeah, no, you were so generous for Christmas. Erin gave me this amazing book. I've wanted this book since the second I saw it at her house.
I was so worried you had it.
No. Oh my
I was
God.
like,
that
well,
thing
you'll
is-
have to.
It's a football book, and it's I don't know the company, Asaline, or I'm going to
Something
say
like
it wrong,
that,
but it's
yeah.
also like you guys know those coffee table books that are so beautiful, and Taskin's another brand, but this one was massive. I mean, it's probably 12 inches
It's gorgeous.
deep, and every picture, it's like almost like 3D, like it has an overlay. Anyways, it's stunning, and you were wildly generous. Anyways,
Oh, stop it.
Steve has a whole thing where everyone that we gave a gift to, I gave a gift to. He's not shopping. He wasn't doing that. Everyone that, why does it always fall on the women? And they don't think about those other people. Anyways, we get it. I've already
Jared's
talked about
walking around the house looking for re-gifting. Well, hey, we could give him this. We don't use this.
it. By the way,
The fuck are you doing?
Steve
Put that
did that-
back. I
Steve-
will use that.
Steve did that this year with some of the stuff that we got. He goes, I'm not going to use that. Do you think that we could save it for someone else? I said, absolutely
No.
not. I said,
No.
no, we are going to donate. If you don't think that that's something that you could use, we're going to donate. We're not regifting, because you know what's going to end up happening? Karma's going to bite us square on the ass, and somewhere, somehow, it's going to get back that we're regifting. Absolutely not. Have some gratitude, because you didn't buy one of these presents.
No.
So his has a whole thing of like, check off who gave you things, and he really did it. And I said, this is insane. You don't have time to buy the gifts, but you're making sure that the inventory is aligned.
Oh,
Knock
yeah.
it off. So, but this is my point. It's excessive. I think that we
It's a
should.
lot.
It's too much, and it's too much pressure. And then every year, and I'm saying this to you, Miss Andrews, because you're so generous.
You are. You bought my kids 7,000
That's
things.
different. Kids don't count. I'm talking about adults. I think that we have to do something. I know we're doing the neck. I know I got to get neck
Well, let's buy
surgery.
each
I'm not
other
going to
neck
have any money.
surgery.
I'm not going to have any money. You guys, my neck is getting so bad. Okay, stay with me.
It's
Squirrel.
So bad.
You and I are going to buy each other neck
Mistletoe.
surgeries.
Great.
Because
Can I get this in there too?
Oh yeah, no, I've got a whole like thing. Hey, if any plastic surgeons are listening, and no, and I'm not saying this in a way
We could
where
do
I
a
think I
swipe
need
up for you.
75 surgeries. Okay, I never even got the boobs I was gonna get. Okay, like I've still yet to get a surgery that I've talked about, but I need to know how to get rid of this right here. We got like a whole pocket, like a little squirrel is storing her nuts for the winter.
I
And
had
it's
that
getting
bad
worse
turkey
and
in
worse.
there still from today.
I need it to look like from this to this. And I thought the strings were going to do it, but I'm past the point of strings. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. After
Let's
the
do
neck
it.
surgery, we're then not going to buy each other gifts like
Okay.
excessively. We're going to do the white elephant thing.
Yeah.
I really think like whether it's, well, we don't have any other friends. Or I don't. We're
Yes,
going to
we
come up with a
do.
solution. I would love, here's the deal. Let me open this up again to the community, the Calm Down community. What do you do for girlfriends where it's like, we don't need anything. We don't need to
don't.
buy each other anything. Like enough is enough. What is something
That's a
that
good
you
question.
do with your girlfriends or your sister or whoever where you want it to be meaningful and you want to show that you love them, but like it's not in excess of
It's a
dollar
good
amounts.
question.
So
I love that.
I'd love any feedback because it's getting crazy. I mean, at this point, we're buying boats for each other. We don't need that. Actually, I'm looking to sell my boat. Okay.
Oh God, really?
I haven't used the goddamn thing in 2 years. I'm paying storage fees.
Oh Jesus.
right.
Yeah, you don't need that. That's throwing money away.
I've got
hey.
sheep to feed.
I gotta tell you the story about going to Baltimore.
Yes.
So I'm on this flight to Washington because that's the best route for me to get there. And it's a 5-hour flight and I'm just grinding away because it's the holiday. I haven't really covered Baltimore too much. I'm all over their website doing a ton of stuff. The guy next to me is great. Hasn't said a word, doing his own thing. And I've looked over a few times and I've noticed it's the Christopher Reeves documentary. I believe from peeping on it the whole time that his kids must be involved in it because it had his 3 kids. I don't know if they produced it with somebody, but I was a big Christopher Reeves fan. And I remember
Superman.
when his wife was on Oprah because they showed part of the interview. Anyways, I am in and out looking at this thing. And finally, at some point, I'm in, I'm watching. I don't want him to think I'm the person that I bitch about all the time or you're looking at my shit.
Okay.
I'm still studying. And there are I could never watch this documentary. It's first of all, I don't have sound. There's no closed caption, but you can tell everything happening. It is so beautifully done. And it's not a beautiful subject. It goes in and out of him, paralyzed, him with the feeding tube, him being the hot Superman, him with his kids, when he was injured, from everything I could gather from snooping this whole time, his son was like very, very small, his youngest son. This thing is so emotional. There was no sound. There was no closed captioning. I'm fucking crying. I'm crying and I can't stop.
Now, has the guy next to you said anything at this point?
No, and nothing. He's paused it a few times, gone up to go to the bathroom. I then am Googling his wife because I'm like, she died. Didn't she die? Charissa, she died like 9 months after his death of lung cancer, and she didn't even smoke. So then they're on that portion of the documentary. The kids are a mess.
Poor children.
She's delivered the eulogy. Then she's sick. I finally grab his arm and I said, hey, I got to be honest with you. I am the person I hate right now. I have been sitting here looking and watching this over your shoulder. I'm even texting my girlfriends about it. And he goes, I know you have. And I said, I've been crying the whole time. He goes, I've had to stop crying because he goes, I knew who you were and I didn't want to be crying in front of you. And I'm like, is it awful? He's like, it's awful. Robin Williams is in it. I didn't realize their friendship, but it looks so well done, but so emotional. So I forgot at the Oscars, he rolled out there in front of everybody. Like it's fucking Superman.
Yeah.
So last night I'm flying home from Minnie and I've got the Washington Atlanta game on and I look in front of me, person's watching the documentary. I'm like, no, you're please don't watch this.
Wow. I want to watch it.
I bet it's so insane, but I can't. I mean, I watched it, but
yeah.
Wow.
I think that, again, not knowing all the details of it, just the headlines of it. I just sometimes, whether it's God or whoever you believe in, I just sometimes go, why? Why did like those poor children? Like I guess it's, you'll find out whatever you believe in later in life that, there's a reason, or I don't know. And I think this is why religion is so important, or a belief in something bigger is important, because some things on earth just don't make sense. That there's no logical explanation for why a family would have to endure that much, or, any story that we hear of heartache and pain and anything. It's really, really sad. But it's sad. Maybe, I don't know. How old are his kids now?
I don't know. They're all gorgeous. The youngest is Superman. He looks just like his father. And like, I could tell, again, because I'm snooping, when he started talking about his mother,
Isn't he on Good Morning America?
I don't know. Ryan, do you want to help us with any of this? I don't believe so. Is he?
Yeah, he's a correspondent.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah. Now when you're describing it, I'm like, wait, I think he is. Yeah, we'll figure out that part of it.
It was, I mean, it looked like torture to watch it. It was so beautifully done. And last night when somebody had it on, they were like, I was just like, holy shit, this is so well done. I cannot have somebody watch it now. Thank God the guy across from me turned it to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, because I needed a day off. It was so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
but the guy next to me was so great. And he's like, good luck with the game this weekend. I was like, thanks.
Oh, yeah. So Will Reeve, his son, is a correspondent for ABC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. He's gorgeous.
What they've been through. My goodness. All right. This is not me trying to make a turn or have any kind of segue to that. But since our job is to talk about football, we will also talk about football, because things are getting very exciting. Playoff picture. We record our podcast on Monday. This will come out on Thursday. So playoff picture beginning to take shape, or almost. I mean, Monday night, that depends on what happens, in the Sunday night game.
Sunday night.
Next week.
If between the Lions lose, could the NFC just be flipped upside down?
The fact that you go from the 1 seed to the 5th seed, because
I feel so bad for them. They've lost everyone.
But just like, you could be a 16-win team and be a 5th seed. I mean, anyways, so not to get entrenched in the details, because things will take shape and we'll figure it out. But what we do know is Saquon Barkley, as of Thursday, when our podcast airs, is 101 yards, or just over 100 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record that was done back in 1984. And Erin and I were talking about, before we came on, like, if you're Nick Sirianni, do you start him? And I'm going to say this. Obviously, it's up to Saquon. Saquon is ultimately the person that can make that decision.
But he also needs his offensive line. And if you think about it, because Saquon is such a thoughtful person, is he going to say, guys, I need you, or like, I don't want to jeopardize anybody there?
So here's the storyline for people that do not follow football. Too. Here's the thing. For people that don't follow football, here's the storyline. Saquon Barkley, running back. We answered your question in the pregame, the difference of a running back and wide receiver, if you're listening. Running back who played for the New York Giants his whole career. He then goes to Philadelphia this year and has had an unbelievable season. He broke the 2,000 rushing mark this previous Sunday, and he's going for the record. But he is going to try to break the record against the New York Giants, his former team. And here's my thing.
Didn't want to re-sign him.
The New York Giants are not making the playoffs. In fact, they might have now screwed themselves out of the number 1 overall pick. It's a record that has stood for 40 years. And 8 other players have been close, have been in the 2,000-yard mark range, but have not broken it. And I just love it. I love it for him. I love the storyline that it could be against his old team that didn't re-sign him. I love
that
so much.
Offensive line that could be a part of it. Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson. They're such fucking good.
Incredible.
Dudes. We were talking about it a lot last night at Chili's at the Minnesota airport and breaking it down. And my good friend Rich Gross is a diehard Giants fan, and he is just sick.
What did he say?
But he loves Saquon so much. He tells a story about how at training camp a couple years ago, his nephews were in the stands, and Saquon's, I think, child was there, and PR was like, no, he's not going to sign his kids there. And Saquon, I guess, was the only person that stayed and signed for the kids. And so he signed Grossie's kids, nephews stuff. So he just loves Saquon. He's like, I hope he gets it. He deserves to get it. I cannot believe this is happening to our organization. But yeah, and we were just talking about maybe we could do that game. We didn't get the game, but it would be so much fun. And like, you have to ask your offensive linemen it has to be like a team decision, right? It has to be something like that. But
no, and you don't want to risk getting hurt. I get it, right? Because you're in the playoffs, and it's like
that brings you to a different level in the league. You're now a legend. You are, royalty.
It would just be
those guys want him to get it too.
It would be the ultimate exclamation point for him in the season that he's had and the whole storyline. And
I wonder when they'll say, hey, like, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to go. I
love the NFL so much. I really do.
So great.
It's so great. And Jaden Daniels, watching him last night, and even from Michael Penix Jr. to come down and have that game come down to the end. It's just, and what Jaden Daniels and this organization has been through, and just for Dan, and for Dan Quinn, like, I am so excited for the future of football and like even its current landscape. And for Sam Darnold, there was a thing I posted about it today that there was a picture of Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold playing in Carolina just 2 years ago. And it was two people that a lot of people wrote off and was like, their careers never really panned out. And here they freaking are. Like, I'm so excited for Sam Darnold. And Baker Mayfield has been showing like, just like he just is a guy that never gives up. But I don't know. I love sports so much. And I love the idea that it's like, these guys get other chances, and when they're with the right coach or they're with the right team. Saquon, same thing. Like, it makes me really excited. And
Brian Flores, who kind of resurrected he was like freaking crushing with the blitz yesterday. Yeah, it's awesome. It's exciting.
Blitzed some 40% of dropbacks. This guy blitzed, and guess what? You know what's crazy? It's like they know it's coming. Any opposing team knows it's coming, and you can't stop it. Like this cat. This is Taylor Swift. You guys, I'm at the ranch, and we were talking about it on the pregame. Come here, booze. The last time I was here, I showed, this is my little kitty. That's not a kitty anymore. This is Taylor Swift. And she's gotten so big, but she's so cute. You guys, who am I? I have so many animals
darling,
now.
Don't you ever grow up. Do you want to do some headlines?
Yeah, wait. Are we still going? Oh my God. Okay.
Ryan said remaining topics, headlines. I love this.
Okay. Headlines. This is for you, sister. First one.
I ruined my skin following beauty influencer advice and wasted thousands of dollars. I didn't waste thousands of dollars, but I had to use a good amount of money to fix my skin. Emma Miller posted a video showing how Korean skincare products commonly promoted on Skin Talk ruined her skin. In the video, she shows clips of her before and after using those types of products. At first, her face appears clear and glossy. A big thing they always advertise is glass skin. And then she claims she got covered in large red bumps. She claims they were caused by an allergic reaction. If you're trying to follow every fad to improve your skin, you're going to have to exacerbate the underlying problem. People need to realize less is more. That is from a dermatologist. I agree. I talked about it. I'm on a little doxycycline for the shit I did to myself. It turns out I was adding more oil to an oily face, and that didn't work out well.
Okay, so this is interesting because I appreciate you also using the word exacerbate in this explanation.
Hell yeah. Well, it was written there. I'm proud I could read it.
I love, okay, well, it wasn't a question of if you could read. I just love the word exacerbate. So here's my question about all this. So I, as you know, shop a lot on Instagram.
Sure.
For clothes. I find like random fun things. So I'd like to admit that the other day I bought into the masks. You've seen a lot of the peel off masks.
Yeah.
Let the mask sit for 5 hours and then peel it off and it looks amazing. I don't know if
the one I've been using.
Is that the one you've been using?
The CO2 lift?
Oh, I don't know
what
the name.
You mix it?
No. It's not
There's
a mix.
one in your gift basket.
Oh, well, great. Because that one I trust. Because this one, it was a mask and I had to leave it on. It said 5 hours. There's no way in hell I can leave something on for 5 hours. Who has time for all that?
Well, so if you're in Minnesota to Chicago, you could have
alone. I could have done that. Yeah. 1 hour in, which I'm shocked I even made it an hour. I took it off. Erin, my face was on fire. Okay. Fire. What? And I said to Steve, I think something's wrong. Like my skin's like burning. And he goes, well, what is that mask? And I go, I don't know. I got it off Instagram. He goes, no, this is the shit that we can't. Why are you doing that? You spend all this money on your face stuff. And then all of a sudden you want to do a swipe up on Instagram. And he goes, only buy reputable products. And I was like, okay. And here's the thing. Maybe there is some Korean, we don't want to say all Korean skincare is bad.
Totally.
We're not saying that. We just need to consult a dermatologist.
Yes.
I need to not buy masks off Instagram and you need to get off that doxycycline.
Oh my God. I fell into this whole thing where this like cream, like whatever, sort of like rinse or whatever was bringing cystic acne to a head. And they were like, you can feel it come out. So I'm like sitting there scrubbing my face with it. Meanwhile, I'm just putting more zits in my skin. It was crazy behavior.
And how are we feeling now? Is the journey almost over? You're back to normal?
I feel like I'm pretty much back to normal. I still am like traveling with the antibiotic and 2 creams that I'm on. But like this weekend, I had a doozy. This one was like coming, like it was really circulating. It was pulsating. It was starting to come up. And I was like, I'm just going to leave it alone.
You feel it. Oh, and then you're like,
it could really go bad.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple cocktails the night before our game and I was like, I feel kind of cocky. I brought something to poke it. I got it all. I did a good job. And it was minimal damage.
God, that is a huge victory. Forget the victory the next day for whatever team you're covering. It's like the night before when you can go to bed knowing that you got it out and it's not going to be a catastrophe for Jillian or Dominique the next day.
Can I tell you also something psycho? Not only do I always like manifest or try to feel what the needle feels like in the hole that could get the stuff out, I am constantly seeing it come out. Like in my head.
I know.
Yeah.
I might have although I had to like block some of the videos. Like I don't need all of the like pus videos.
Right.
Like it's too much.
The big head cystic ones, I'm okay.
And like the back and the whole thing. But the satisfaction of a blackhead where like you didn't even know. How about Donna, my sweet facialist, who I absolutely love. Not like I have like a custom facialist. She's just who I consistently go to. Donna, who's on staff as my facialist. She knows I need her to narrate it. What up? I need her to narrate it while she's doing extractions.
Yes.
She will go, wow, this one's been here for a while. And I was like, oh, good. Sometimes she'll show me like if I want to see
I
him.
want a video. Yeah.
There's such satisfaction. My favorite, though, is right when you lay down on the table and they bring over that light, that magnifying light, and she like pokes around and she's like, ooh, we got a lot of good ones in here. And I was like, yes, it's like what would I have done if I didn't come here?
I
you know,
know.
like how long would this blackhead just be accumulating? Ugh.
I need a little bit of a clean out right now. Pre-playoffs. I need
On
a
aisle
little
4.
suckage. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have another headline, but we'll wait for next week.
I love that.
Okay. Well, I love you so much. And I'm glad you're not mad at me. So concerned.
Oh my God, I should have called you. It was just such a quick trip to Minnesota. We're there, we're at dinner, we gotta go. It was like, I also felt like I was prepared. I love this, by the way. I love what I put myself through to prepare. And then it's like, I'm good.
No. You know what, though?
It's psycho.
No, stop. I'm going to stop you right here because there's a lot of people sometimes, not a lot of people, but there are some young women or men that might be listening to this podcast and always wonder how you prepare and how we got here. Over preparing is never a negative thing because then it's the one time you don't that you're exposed for something and then, that's the end of your career. So
totally
don't ever worry about over preparing. Just be like, well, I'm so glad that I did that, even if it was, Okay, Steve, this is what Steve's doing. He just came in and he's videotaping us do the pod. No, I don't need that because he can't hear what we're saying. So all he's hearing is blackheads. Hey, I told the story of us breaking up, but not really.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. He seems really concerned.
I have a question for you. Have you ever done a Thursday night Minnesota game in their new stadium?
No.
Holy shit. It's a fucking scene.
I have not. And the Skull, I'm dying to do that. We had Minnesota this year in LA. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
hey, it's good. It's real good. They got the whole thing. They got the fake snow coming down. They got the hey chant. It's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. How about the moment on Instagram today? I'm watching it right now on Monday Night Football where the locker room's going nuts and KOC's in the back just kind of watching it. It was really cool. Have you seen that yet?
Lifting Sam Darnold up and just,
I can't take it.
It's so good. Speaking of one last thing and then we can go. Speaking of locker rooms, I can't get over the Kansas City Chiefs locker room. Andy Reid dressed up as Santa Claus.
They're so cute.
And this is the thing, and I know I've went on a rant before about Kansas City, but again, this team doesn't care about how they win. They just win. And now, they can get a month. They don't have to play those starters for a month.
I know. And our little Chris Jones, he better be okay. Because this podcast, big fan.
Oh my God.
Of Chris Jones.
Is that funny, buddy? God, he's great.
Hey, speaking of great, why don't we annoy people even more? And I don't care.
Sure.
How great does Taylor look post-tour? The last couple nights in New York with the hair's a little darker and we look good.
I'll tell you what she doesn't have. This.
Oh, everybody. Oh, stop. She's also 10 years younger than us.
I need to know who Lindsay Lohan's surgeon is or Taylor Swift's routine. Aside from her just being younger and hotter. But anyways.
She's also resting finally from all that.
God, she looks great. Her legs.
She looked great. The hair, the lips. We're going to dinner. We're fucking out on the cobblestone.
You know what it does, though? You know what it does?
Great.
It reminds me, if she can, after everything she's just done, toured the world, popping into
Put on a heel.
I need to fucking maybe throw on some lipstick. I mean,
hey, Grandma, get out of your sweater.
Seriously. Hey, Farmer Joe, maybe just
how about this week where I said to Jarrett, hey, so-and-so wants to know if we want to do dinner tomorrow. He goes, is tomorrow New Year's Eve? I was like, I don't know. Is it? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, it's not that it's just, I just got home. I got stocking shit on the ground,
I know. You know what?
I'm just so glad you guys are still together for New Year's Eve. That would have been awkward. Hey, who do we ask to hang out with?
I'm just so glad we're still together. I thought we broke up.
No,
please.
I was so panicked. I wasn't ready for my game. That's what happens to me.
I love you. You guys calm down, community. Stay tuned for some more exciting headlines next week. We love you. We love you. Thanks for listening. I got to go get the cats.
Meow.
They're everywhere. They're literally jumping around. Forget Matt. Who?
Oh my God. Can you imagine my kid running after your cats?
Yes, I can. And I can't wait for that day when he's up here feeding the sheep and feeding the horse and all of the things. I can't wait. But he probably won't have time for me because he's an Olympic skier.
So busy. He's going to some class right now. My man,
Oh
he
my
looks
God.
crazy. Wow, that
He's
nap, he slept hard.
He is so cute, Erin. Really, though. Like, I also act like it's my kid. Every time you send me a picture from around town, I'm like, look at Erin's kid. Dominique, she goes, that kid is perfect. I was like, no, but really. I know it's like you have to like, oh, it's like, oh, cute. Your one's real cute. Okay, love you, bye.
Love you. Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.